Everyone must have wondered at some point, who built the Kedarnath Temple and for what purpose? And the most astonishing fact is, why is the Shivling at Kedarnath Dam so different from other Shivlings? What secret lies behind it? Thousands of years ago, when science hadn't advanced like it has today, how did the people of that era know about modern technology like interlocking to build this temple? And the most surprising thing is, how did this temple remain buried under snow for 400 years without any damage? And what is the story behind it? When the temple doors are closed for 6 months, how does the lamp burning inside continue to burn uninterrupted for 6 months? And the biggest question, during the 2013 floods, when the entire area was devastated, who placed the massive Bhim Shila from behind to save the temple? Was it all just a coincidence, or a miracle of some divine power? Stay with us to uncover the answers to all these mysterious events, because in this documentary, we will reveal the untold secrets of Kedarnath Dam, secrets whose answers even science might not have today. Music. Nestled in Uttarakhand, India, Kedarnath Dam is not just a temple, but an incredible confluence of faith, mysteries, and miracles. Located at the heights of the Himalayas, one of the 12 Jyotirlingas, this sacred site has been drawing devotees for centuries. But do you know that behind every stone of this temple are countless stories connected not only to faith, but also to miracles and science? That dark night of June 16, 2013, when nature unleashed its fury and devastation struck Kedarnath in Uttarakhand everywhere. But amid this destruction, a miracle occurred that deepened people's faith even further. Let's tell you about the horror of that time and the miracle that saved the Kedarnath Temple. That night, floodwaters from the Mandakini River were surging toward Kedarnath. Heavy rains and the melting of the Korabari Glacier made the situation even more terrifying. Water, stones, and debris were engulfing the town. Where there was once the beauty of the mountains, now there was a dance of destruction. Hotels, houses, shops, everything was swept away. Nearly 6,000 people died, and lakhs were left homeless. But one thing was clear, this disaster was heading straight toward the Kedarnath Temple. Was it going to destroy Lord Shiva's sacred abode? As soon as the water advanced toward the temple, suddenly a massive rock, now known as Bhim Shila, came floating with the current and stopped right behind the temple. That stone halted about 50 feet from the temple and divided the floodwaters into 2 parts. In that moment, it was as if Lord Shiva's grace itself had saved the temple from destruction. All the floodwater crashed into the Bhim Shila and flowed away on both sides of the temple. All the structures around were washed away, but the temple, Shiva's sacred abode, remained miraculously safe. This was not just an event. It became living proof of devotees' faith in Shiva. The local people named this massive rock Bhim Shila after the mighty warrior Bhim from the Mahabharata. This rock has now become a symbol of the miracle at Kedarnath Dam. We will discuss later why it was named Bhim Shila and what connection the Pandavas had with Kedarnath. People believe it is a symbol of Lord Shiva's grace and the power of Bhim from the Mahabharata. Even today, devotees worship this rock and consider it an integral part of the temple darshan. Scientists were also stunned by this event. They believe the rock slid down from the mountain and floated to the bottom, but how is it possible that this rock stopped exactly behind the temple and divided the water flow into 2 parts? This rock is about 20 to 25 feet long and 10 to 15 feet wide, with an estimated weight of about 1,000 metric tons. If this rock had collided with the temple, it would have completely destroyed it. At that time, around 300 people had taken shelter in the temple, and because of this rock, all their lives were saved. We all must wonder, despite such a horrific deluge in 2013, how does the Kedarnath Temple still stand safe today? The answer lies hidden in ancient interlocking technology. Using this technique, the temple's heavy stones were joined without any mortar or cement in such a way that they fit perfectly into each other. Thousands of years ago, when there was no trace of technology or modern equipment, this temple was built with massive stones. But to join these stones, no mortar or cement was used. Ancient Indian artisans carved the stones in such a way that they locked precisely into one another. This technique has protected the temple from natural disasters, be it earthquakes, heavy snowfall, or floods. During the horrific 2013 floods, when the entire area was devastated, the Kedarnath Temple remained completely intact. Not only that, the temple's walls still stand as they did centuries ago. It was this interlocking technique that made the stones so strong that no disaster could shake them. A technique that still amazes scientists today. This is the marvel of Indian architecture. So, the biggest question in our minds is, who built the Kedarnath Temple with such strong and advanced technology? The story and history behind it are extremely fascinating. So, let's dive into the depths of this sacred temple's history from the beginning and understand who built this magnificent temple and how. Is there anyone among you whose heart harbors a deep desire to visit Kedarnath Dam? If you too wish to bow your head at the feet of Bholanath, then write Har Har Mahadev in the comments to express your feelings. Baba will soon fulfill your wish. Music. The construction of the Kedarnath Temple is considered extremely mysterious and ancient. Not only is it religiously significant, but the mythological stories associated with its construction make this site even more ethereal and mysterious. We will discuss 3 such stories, the most famous of which is from the Mahabharata. So, let's learn about the construction of this temple. According to the story described in religious texts, after winning the Mahabharata war, Yudhishthira was declared the king of Hastinapur. He ruled Hastinapur for about 4 decades. One day, the Pandavas were sitting with Lord Sri Krishna reviewing the Mahabharata war when the Pandavas said to Sri Krishna, "O Narayana, the stigma of killing our own kin, relatives, and gurus weighs on us brothers. How can we erase this stigma?" Sri Krishna replied, "Even though you won the war, you have slain your own kin and relatives, and thus become bearers of sin. Only Mahadev can grant you liberation from these sins. So now is the time to seek refuge in Mahadev." After that, Sri Krishna returned to Dwarka, and the Pandavas grew anxious about liberation from their sins. It was then that the Pandavas received news that Lord Sri Krishna had given up his body. This sorrowful news shook the Pandavas. Now, with their eternal helper Krishna gone, the Pandavas handed over their kingdom to Parikshit and set out with Draupadi in search of Lord Shiva. First, the Pandavas reached Kashi, but they did not get darshan of Bholanath there. They went to many other places, but wherever the Pandavas arrived, Shiva would leave. In this quest, one day they reached the Himalayas. Seeing the Pandavas approaching, Lord Shiva assumed the form of a bull and went among a herd of animals. To capture Lord Shiva, Bhim devised a plan. He assumed a massive form and spread his legs on both sides of the Kedar mountain so that no animal could pass between his legs. But Nandi, in the form of Lord Shiva, did not do so. Then Bhim recognized Nandi and tried to catch him, but Shiva began sinking into the earth. Bhim grabbed his rear part. Pleased with the Pandavas' devotion, Lord Shiva granted them darshan and freed them from their sins. Since then, Lord Shiva is worshipped here in the form of Nandi's back. This is why the Shivling at Kedarnath is different from other Shivlings. It is said that when Lord Shiva freed the Pandavas from their sins and accepted their penance, the Pandavas had the Kedarnath Temple constructed. It is also said that Lord Shiva's body manifested in different parts of the earth, giving rise to the Panch Kedar. Lord Shiva's face appeared at Pashupatinath Temple in Nepal, arms at Tungnath, face at Rudranath, navel at Madmahar, and locks at Kalpeshwar. These 5 places are worshipped as the Panch Kedar. Kedarnath is considered the most prominent among the Panch Kedar because here Lord Shiva is worshipped in the form of his hump. If you want to watch a detailed documentary on the Panch Kedar, be sure to let us know in the comments. We will take you on this mysterious journey in our next documentary. The second oldest and most important mythological reference to the construction of the Kedarnath Temple is connected to the penance of Lord Vishnu's incarnation, the sages Nara-Narayana. The Kodarudra Samhita of the Shiva Purana mentions that in the Bhadravan, Lord Vishnu's incarnations Nara-Narayana worshipped a Parthiva Shivling. It is said that pleased with Narayana's severe penance, Lord Shiva appeared before them and asked them to seek a boon. Nara-Narayana prayed to Lord Shiva that he reside eternally at this sacred site in the form of a Jyotirlinga so that all devotees could see him directly. Lord Shiva accepted this boon, and since then, he is worshipped here as a Jyotirlinga. According to this story, the Jyotirlinga at Kedarnath is an important form of Lord Shiva established due to the penance of Nara-Narayana. This place is a symbol of the unique unity between Shiva and Vishnu, where Shiva resides as a Jyotirlinga at Kedarnath and Vishnu at Badrinath Dam. It is said that in the 8th century, Adi Shankaracharya had the Kedarnath Temple reconstructed and played an important role in the revival of Hinduism. He installed the Jyotirlinga in the Kedarnath Temple and established it as a major pilgrimage site. Adi Shankaracharya spent his last days in Kedarnath and attained moksha there. His samadhi is still located behind the Kedarnath Temple, where devotees worship and remember him. Prominent historian Dr. Shiv Prasad Dabral believes that followers of the Shaiva sect were active in this region much before Adi Shankaracharya and his disciples arrived. Based on this belief, it is difficult to accurately determine the antiquity of the temple, especially since inscriptions in Pali or Brahmi script have not yet been fully deciphered. An inscription on a stone found in the Gwalior state of Madhya Pradesh confirms that King Bhoj of Malwa, who ruled from 1077 to 1099 CE, was responsible for the construction of the Kedarnath Temple. This claim is also supported by the Epigraphia Indica, Volume 1. This inscription is an important piece of evidence indicating the temple's construction during King Bhoj's time. According to the year 1882, a large part of the Kedarnath Temple is made of stone, with a tower coated in gold foil present on the roof of the Sanctum Sanctorum. In front of the temple, There are permanent houses for pandas for pilgrims to stay, while the priests or purohits reside on the southern side of the building. According to this description, the current structure of the temple is relatively new, while the old building had collapsed and been destroyed. What do you think? How old could the Kedarnath Temple be, and who might have had it constructed? Be sure to share your opinion in the comments so that others can see your logic and thoughts too. Now we are taking you to a chapter that will leave you stunned. This is that part of Kedarnath Dam's history when this grand temple remained buried under snow for 400 years and yet survived intact. How was this possible? Was it Lord Shiva's grace, or a miracle of nature's wondrous science? To understand this mystery, we need to delve deeper into the pages of history. It is said that from the 13th to the 17th century, the Kedarnath Temple remained buried under a thick layer of snow for about 400 years. This is also known as the Little Ice Age, when the expansion of glaciers in the Himalayas was so great that large areas like Kedarnath Dam were completely engulfed in snow. But the most astonishing fact is that despite being buried under snow for so many years, the temple's structure suffered no serious damage. Scientists from the Wadia Institute of Himalayan Geology in Dehradun studied this mystery. Under the leadership of scientist Vijay Joshi, a thorough investigation of the area was conducted, and it was found that traces of snow pressure and glacial activity are still clearly visible on the temple's walls and stones. But the most special thing that emerged was the luminescence dating of the temple's stones, which confirmed that the temple was buried under snow during that era. So, was it only architectural skill, or was there some other mysterious power? The sturdy structure of the Kedarnath Temple kept it completely safe even when buried under snow. The temple is constructed from massive stones joined using interlocking technology. Without cement, the grip between these stones was so strong that even the immense pressure of the snow could not shake it. Friends, if you're liking our video so far, give it a like right now and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your one like and subscription helps us bring even better content. Now we are about to introduce you to a mystery that has stunned even modern scientists: the deep geological alignment between Kedarnath and Rameshwaram. This is truly astonishing. Imagine, how can these two temples be in a straight line when they are thousands of kilometers apart? When you learn about this mystery, you'll be amazed. This is a marvelous example of ancient Indian knowledge and architecture, which is difficult to comprehend in today's modern world. Have you ever wondered how temples like Kedarnath and Rameshwaram can be on the same line? This mystery has stunned not only devotees but also scientists. The Kedarnath in Uttarakhand and the Rameshwaram Jyotirlinga in South India are located on the 79-degree longitude line. But that's not all. There are 5 more Shiva temples between them, representing the 5 elements of creation: water, air, fire, ether, and earth. Now think, thousands of years ago, when there was no satellite technology or GPS like today, how did our ancient architects establish these temples with such precision in a straight line? It's astonishing to know that the distance between Kedarnath and Rameshwaram is 2,383 kilometers, and the alignment of all 7 temples on the same line cannot be mere coincidence. These temples were established 1,500 to 2,000 years ago, and from a scientific perspective, this is part of an incredible geometric alignment. It is not just religious, but also a glimpse into cosmic balance. This is proof that our ancestors possessed deep knowledge of architecture and geography. Now, let's talk about this amazing 79-degree longitude line. On this line, between Kedarnath and Rameshwaram, there are 5 more important temples: Kaileshwar, Sri Kalahasti, Ikamberswar, Arunakaleshwar, and Chidambaram Temple. This forces us to think how ancient architects achieved this without any modern technology. Professor Dr. Upendra Bhargava from Maharshi Panini Sanskrit University in Ujjain also says the same. It is true that these temples are located on the 79-degree longitude. However, since they were established at different times, it is difficult to say that they were built under any specific geometric alignment. But one thing is certain: full attention was paid to latitude and longitude in their establishment, and the principles of Vastu were followed precisely. This mystery remains unsolved today, introducing us to the depths of ancient Indian knowledge and science. So, are you also wondering how this was all possible? Is it mere coincidence, or some invisible thread of ancient knowledge? This question compels us all to think. Did you know that the concept of airplanes is found in ancient Indian scriptures and people still use it today? If you know about any such ancient Indian technology, be sure to tell us in the comments so that others can also learn about our ancient techniques. Let's now discuss that mystery of Kedarnath that has been astonishing devotees and scientists for years. Every year, when the Kedarnath Temple doors are closed in winter, the lamp burning inside continues to burn for the next 6 months without extinguishing. How is this possible when no one is present there? And not only that, when the temple doors are closed, the question arises: who performs the worship of the Shivling during this time? These mysterious events after the doors are closed remain a subject of deep wonder for people even today, which neither has been fully understood nor have scientists been able to provide solid proof. Every year, after Bhai-Dooj in winter, when a white sheet of snow spreads over the Himalayas and human access to this height becomes impossible, the doors of Kedarnath are closed. The temple remains closed for about 6 months. According to mythological stories, during the winter when the Kedarnath temple doors are closed, gods and Gandharvas come here to worship Lord Shiva. It is believed that when worship by common people stops in the temple, Lord Shiva resides here with the gods and Gandharvas. When the doors are closed, a lamp is lit inside the temple. This lamp burns continuously for the entire 6 months without any supervision, and when the doors are opened again, it is found still burning, as if Shiva's divinity never fades from that place. Is this anything less than a miracle? A lamp that keeps burning steadily for months in the absence of humans. This mysterious event has instilled deep faith in the hearts of devotees. For them, it is proof that Lord Shiva's presence here remains constant, and even when humans are away, this abode is not empty because the gods arrive. From a scientific perspective, the lamp burning for 6 months and the cleanliness of the temple still remain a mystery. How is it possible for any lamp to burn for such a long time without external help, and upon opening the doors, the temple's cleanliness and arrangement are found exactly as they were, as if someone had been performing regular worship there? Scientists are still unable to fully comprehend this event. During the closure of the doors, the idol of Lord Shiva and the religious symbols associated with the temple, known as Dandi, are taken with great honor to Akamath. Akamath is a sacred site in Uttarakhand where the idol of Lord Kedarnath is safely kept during the winter. There, The worship of Lord Shiva continues regularly for 6 months. Ukamath is the place where the Mandakini and Alkanandar rivers meet, and it is known as the winter abode of Kedarnath. The chief priests and other purohits of the temple go down the mountain to Ukamath with the idol of Lord Shiva in great honor. This process is carried out with special chants and rituals. The worship system of the Kedarnath Temple is very special and connected to ancient traditions. The worship in this temple is conducted specifically by priests from the Virashaiva Jangam community of Karnataka, who are called Raval. The Raval priests are the chief priests here and conduct all rituals of Lord Shiva. This tradition is centuries old and has been passed down from generation to generation. The Raval priests are selected from this community in Karnataka, and only their family members perform this special role. A special fact is that all major rituals at the Kedarnath Temple are performed in the Kannada language. This tradition dates back to ancient times and is still followed with complete devotion and method. The Puranas mention another mystery. One day, Kedarnath and Badrinath will disappear. It is believed that when the Nara and Narayana mountains merge with each other, the path to both these abodes will be completely blocked, and devotees will no longer be able to visit them. After that, in the future, new pilgrimage sites named Bhavishya Badri and Bhavishya Kedar will emerge. This prophecy is described in Hindu religious texts and is seen as a divine sign. According to religious beliefs, this event will occur in the coming ages, and it will provide devotees the opportunity to visit new pilgrimage sites. So, this was the mystery of the Kedarnath Temple, the miracle of Bhim Shila, the temple's ethereal construction, remaining buried under snow for 400 years, worshipped by gods and Gandharvas, the lamp burning uninterrupted for 6 months, and the unwavering faith of devotees. All this is not just a religious tale, but a symbol of that supernatural power that keeps Lord Shiva's sacred abode pure for eternity. This temple amazes us with scientific mysteries on one hand and strengthens our faith on the other. If you liked this documentary, be sure to give us your feedback in the comments. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do it right away so that you keep getting such interesting and mysterious documentaries. See you in the next documentary. Until then, thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.